Here's a strange one, a rare victory for workers at the Supreme Court. In a 6-3 decision, justices ruled that employees who are paid a daily rate, no matter how much money they make, are still entitled to overtime compensation. The case involved Michael Hewitt, an oil rig worker for Helix Energy Solutions Group, who earned over $200,000 a year, making about $960 each day he worked. After Hewitt was fired, he sued the company, alleging that he worked way more than 40 hours a week, that he worked upwards of 80 hours a week, in fact, and he should have been paid overtime according to the Fair Labor Standards Act. The company countered and pointed to exceptions in that law for salaried employees and executives who are not entitled to compensation for working overtime. Helix Energy claimed that Hewitt's work arrangement met both conditions. He was an executive and he earned a salary. Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas agreed with that argument, but the majority on the court disagreed. An opinion written by Justice Elena Kagan concluded that Hewitt's paycheck was not based on a salary, but was just based on the number of days he worked in a week. Now, this ruling could have a sweeping effect on workers in the energy industry, many of which are on similar contracts where they're paid fairly well but on a daily basis and work more than 40 hours a week. It's why a number of oil and gas industry groups like the American Petroleum Institute filed briefs in the case on behalf of Helix Energy. So too did the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. A number of unions sided with Hewitt in the case, including the AFL-CIO and National Nurses United. That's because a number of healthcare workers also are paid on a daily basis and could benefit from the ruling and seek more overtime pay. None of this is to take away from the fact the Supreme Court is still illegitimate, but in the meantime, workers should just take the W while they can.